Oh, keep my team out your fucking mouth. Yo, let's get it. I'm about to pull up the stream on YouTube on my side. We live. We got a nice show. Is my I don't know why my camera's coming up a little blurry on the stream. So we'll figure that out. But on here, like on what you're looking at, right? The black screen. Yeah, nah, but like on YouTube, it's a little grainy. But it might be because go back to the original E.
Yeah, we there.
All right, give me a second. Let me let it. I gotta catch up. Okay. Yeah, I
You know,
think it's so. I think it's since our phones are set to this resolution when you
Ah,
zoom it. So I guess we don't have to necessarily zoom it today.
okay.
Um,
So even mine looks kind of crazy. Okay, I got
that boy crispy. That boy looking like a piece of bacon over there. Okay.
you. Yo, fam.
Nah, nah, let me stop.
It's crazy.
This is the All Things Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Julian. I'm here with my small town EP co-producer, co-host. What's up, my boy?
You know, Varg. We here. We here. 3 up, 3 down.
I
Live from
got
small town.
yeah,
We got Strix
he's
and we got
kind of
Cardi
here.
in the
He's
back
everywhere
too.
right now.
Strix and Cardi in the back right now too.
Oh, say hello,
shout out to Cardi,
Papa
man.
Cardi.
Yeah,
My boy.
Big
facts,
love,
facts.
sending love to y'all way.
For sure.
Right now, it's no love to SP. It's that time of the season. We're gonna get into it just a second, but I gotta introduce my special guest. I got Martin Dunn. He does a man of many things. He's a podcast host himself, LTD Podcast, Longer Than a Decade Podcast. Go check that out, along with fella Nate over there. They be on their thing.
For
And
sure.
Martin actually makes music. He produces music. He edits videos. So if you need him to edit your shit, get at him. He's trying to make it. Martin's actually a father. Next Father's Day, we'll be celebrating Martin Dunn. Isn't that a crazy thing?
That shit is crazy, man.
Swiss Army knife.
Shit is crazy. Young
How are
Damien.
y'all boys, man?
I am great. I'm great.
No
actually.
complaints,
No
bro. No
complaints.
complaints.
Busy, but great. Busy. You know the vibes.
Hey, I didn't want to take away from the intro to Nate. I introduced him as, part of the LTD podcast. But Nate, fella, obviously Nate Perk, obviously half of the Bookie Bandits. We know this man, bro.
Right,
Don't act like y'all
right.
don't do that.
Right.
Y'all
Don't
know
do
Nate Perk,
that.
man. This is
bro.
nothing new to him.
I'm
This
supporting
is
all
All
my
Things Sports Podcast family just getting together right now. So
For
y'all boys in Broward County, I'm here in New York City. We finally all was able to get on a podcast episode after I've had Nate on my podcast forever.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
Martin tried to get me on his, and they called me. It was bad timing. We didn't get to get it done. We here tonight. What's good, y'all boys? Everybody here now.
Yeah,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, man. Y'all know we are
Hey,
pretty much family, G. You already know how it is.
For sure. Before y'all get started, though,
listen.
quick mental
Yeah,
health.
yeah. Go ahead.
Just quick mental health check. Y'all good? Everybody good? Everybody good? Because they don't care about men's
You
mental
know
health.
E good.
I care. You know what I'm saying? I care.
This
Make
nigga
sure y'all
E-
boys good.
This nigga E be in Switzerland, Paris, then back to
Oh,
56,
God.
56 and deep side the
Oh,
next
Yeah,
week.
God.
that boy E pulled up in that purple. Who?
Hey, I'm gonna put that in a rap too. I was actually thinking about that earlier. Pulled up to the you know what I'm saying?
That shit was
Pulled the
hard,
Tesla
bro.
up to the
Hard.
duplex. You heard?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'll say this. My happiness is amazing right now. I feel great. Life is going amazing. I can't complain. I'm blessed. I'm healthy. My true mental happiness right now is kind of relied on the Miami Heat and their success throughout the playoffs. Like, not to say that's where the source of my happiness came from, but right now this is May to June basketball, and these moments right here cause a lot of ups and downs and anxiety and emotion and all of that. So right now I'm good. We ain't even start the conference finals yet, but we're back. Miami Heat are back in the conference finals. We get to play Boston again. We get the rematch from last year and avenge it. We lost in game 7. Jimmy said if he had the shot again and the opportunity, he would take it. And I appreciate him for being totally honest, because this year we will have the same opportunity. It might not come down to game 7 and last shot, Jimmy, but we are going to have a great opportunity to go back to the finals for the second time in 3 years. With that being said, I was mentioning SP back there. Shout out to him, but it's no love right now. And if you're a Celtics fan and you're an op right now, just I'm not here to say we want Boston. I'm not here to say your team sucks. I'm here to tell you as a fan are an op. We don't rock with you right now. It's Miami Heat Nation. We white hot right now. And if it ain't Miami Heat, it gotta go. So with that being said, I did show mad love to Cardi, my boy Cardi back there again. Papa Cardi, Heat fan himself. You know the vibes. EP is a neutral basketball fan. It's an oddity these days.
Yeah.
But he might become
Switzerland.
He's a Chiefs fan.
He might become a Spurs fan. He might become a Spurs fan with the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. We know who they're gonna take. We got a lot to cover though. I want to touch up on who I'm reading the comments. I'm gonna get there in a second. We got to catch up on Eastern Conference Finals preview. Western Conference Finals game 1 is going on as we speak, and we'll kind of preview the series throughout.
Yo, tell Benjamin go somewhere with all that.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna read it in just a second. We got Ja Morant suspension again. Don't even mention it. We can head over to hockey and talk about how the Panthers are in the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 1996, trying to make their second finals appearance. Some good competition over there too now in that conference finals. And did the MVP, you know what? I actually didn't see if the MVP was named yet in hockey, or did they just name the finalist? Because I know Connor McDavid and a couple others. I wanted to touch up on that as well. Let's start with the comment section since they're booming right now. Kevin Rodriguez, I'm reading yours first. That's Big Kev. Shout out to Kev. Y'all know that. Raven Productions. Listen, revenge season. That's his comment, right? We're going to go up. We're going to see. Ooh, I folded. What did Benjamin say, man? Because all I read was Knicks.
He said,
Shout to Benjamin, though.
I'm just here to hear y'all trash the sorry Knicks.
Okay. I read Knicks only because Benjamin's a Heat fan, right?
Big Heat fan.
Okay, that's what my memory told me. But when I saw the Knicks, I'm like, wait a minute, he a Knicks fan? So I'm glad we clarified that.
Benjamin's one of those everything that is Miami fans, you know.
There we go. All right, yeah. I can respect it. And what about the first comment? There was one more there. Oh, it was your boy SP. Keep my name out your mouth. Yeah. We want all the smoke, man. We want all the smoke. So, Heat and 6. Ray Cam TV joined the stream. Appreciate you, my boy. He said, not gonna lie, if the Heat could win, you cannot be a Boston Red Sox fan, please. That is hilarious. That is hilarious.
Let's go.
Not gonna lie, if the Heat win, you cannot be a Red Sox fan, please. Listen, Ray, I'm not a fan because of anything else but the fact that I fell in love with the teams that I fell in love with. It's Red Sox, it's Colts, it's Heat, it's Hurricanes. It ain't gonna change. It ain't where I was born. It's about.
He also mentioned that his dad's a Yankee fan and he wanted to kind of go against his parents. So
I've never met someone else say that. I'm literally a Red Sox fan because my parents liked the Yankees growing up. So I can relate. Shout out to him, bro. Shout out to him. Now let's get back to this shit. What's the score of the Western Conference Finals game 1, guys?
I heard Lakers looking sad right now.
Yeah. Pretty much. Denver's up. I think it was 44-27. They up 44-32. Lakers making a little trying to make a little comeback.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I was talking hot shit in one of my other group chats today. I said Lakers with the points.
Hey, I did fold and I didn't put my AirPod connected to the Bluetooth, so hopefully I didn't mess up anything audio wise. But it seems like nobody made any type of comments of anything.
We can hear you perfectly.
I switched it up. We good now. All right. So we knew Denver would
Word.
probably come out and handle business in game one, right? Like they're the best team in the West. You got to take care of home court. LeBron is liable to steal one on the road for sure in
Morant got
a
10
big series
already.
like this. But well, Jokic got 12 rebounds in the first.
Dominating.
Is
That's
AD down there
crazy.
or not?
Hey, be
Do
respectful.
you guys see do
Yeah.
you guys see the Lakers winning this series in any capacity?
6 games.
I can't bet
Um,
against LeBron James, man.
there it is, bro. That's what it is for me. Like, I'll guess I'll quote Max or like earlier today. He said on KJM, until someone proves it to me otherwise, you cannot fade LeBron. Like it's LeBron or it's nothing. Like
For sure.
it,
For sure.
based on right now, as we're turning the live stream on over here at Small Town Studios, uh, based on what it's looking like right now, I guess the naked eye would say nah, but I just like my boy Nate got Lakers in 6.
6 games.
I got Lakers in
I would
six. as well.
I'll say this. Can I paint this analogy? LeBron James, you don't bet against him. You also don't bet against Tom Brady, right? And both
Exactly.
LeBron James and Tom Brady's team struggled throughout the regular season in much different circumstances. I mean, LeBron James has played amazing all year
For
and
sure.
is the reason why their team is even in any type of playoff talk. But Tom Brady kind of seemed to struggle and have a down year this year. He still had a pretty good year if you look at the numbers overall, but we saw the struggle week in, week out.
For sure.
However, he still made the playoffs, won his division. LeBron made the playoffs, won the play in, did what they had to do to get there. And Brady's team, clearly, basketball, football, this is where it gets different. It's a team sport and they both are, but football, if your defense ain't doing shit, you're done. And
Mhm.
LeBron James can alter the defense and things like that. So
Right. Right.
the Bucks went out very sad, and the Lakers have an opportunity to really upset this Denver team. And I take the Lakers in 6
There you go.
because of that same notion. You guys agree,
There
you
it
don't bet
is.
against Braun. And I think that this defensive Laker team is one of the best in the league. So Denver on the road is going to have to win 2 games to win this series because they're going to have to win in game 3 or 4 and they're
Mhm.
going to have to win game 6.
What's
And I
really
don't
interesting
I
to
don't
me
see
though
that.
is pretty much like the 2020 Lakers team. They have bodies to throw at Jokic. That's when they had Dwight Howard as well. You know what I mean? And I'm not
Yeah.
pretty much who's pretty much Lakers backup center right now.
I think Mo Bamba is hurt. I don't know if he's
He's
hurt,
hurt.
I
but
don't
I know
think they
Mo
have him
I
Bamba's
don't
healthy.
think
there.
he's playing today though.
Tristan
Come on,
Thompson
man.
is the guy,
That's why I'm kind of
Technically, I
scared.
mean,
I'm a little scared. That's the
yeah.
reason I'm scared right now because it's like they don't have the bodies. You putting Vanderbilt in the guard, Jokic as well. Jokic. I pretty much
Vanderbilt,
think he got to
Right.
have like a monster playoff series. He really has to have a
uh,
monster series
Vanderbilt got to
to
just
have a
worry about
chance.
Jamal Murray though. He got to somebody got to be on
But
Murray.
I was gonna say that, yeah. Like Schroeder definitely gonna have a great deal with Jamal Murray, but I was gonna say you should be trying to put a Vanderbilt on Jokic as opposed
Yeah,
to the I mean, sorry, you should be wanting to put
I don't know.
Vanderbilt on Murray as opposed to having him on Jokic as a big.
for
And
sure. Yeah,
We also this kind of like I want to
the
say disrespecting or discrediting, but they also have Michael Porter Jr. bro and Aaron Gordon over there, bro. So you got to guard them too.
I'm not sold. I'm
I'm not
not
sold
sold,
on
bro.
them at
And
all.
I'll say this: they've definitely been here as far as playoff runs, but
Hmm.
they've never been this far. And this team
Mhm.
itself hasn't shown me like this year is the year they can win it all. To be honest, like you look at the 4 teams left and what they have to do to win the finals. This is a very winnable finals for the Denver Nuggets team, and it's a great team. But when the moment is greatest,
Hmm.
it's hard to go against what I've seen versus what I think might happen.
For sure.
And I
Yeah.
truly have seen LeBron and AD at this moment, and Denver has folded in big time moments and
Right?
in lengthy successful seasons. So I can't. There's an argument to be made for Denver, and there's an argument to be made that obviously Jokic is going to take over the series and be the best player and win it for Denver, but it's a little far fetched for me. Seeing what the Lakers have been able to do since like post All-Star break and a little later after that.
I'm taking experience over what Denver has right now. The Lakers are experienced. They've been there. They won the
Hmm.
championship. Denver is making a run. They
Mhm.
are they're nothing to be fuck with, but at the same time, I'm not betting against LeBron James. I
Yeah,
just
big
can't
shout
do
out
it.
to Rob Pelinka, man. Rob Pelinka pulled
He
straw
did.
pound
He did.
robbery.
He robbery.
He
That's
Straw
did.
right.
pound robbery.
He
That's what
pulled a rabbit out of a hat, is what he
literally,
did
bro.
Mm-hmm.
4 players,
Mm-hmm.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
for his
Got
job.
Hachimura for pretty much nothing. Second round pick.
Hot man, let me tell you, June Hachimura was one of the ones that I wanted on the
Hachimura's a
Heat
first
so
round pick.
bad. So bad. I wanted him on
No,
the
they
Heat so
traded
bad.
him. They traded him for a second round.
Oh, for a second round
Like, he
pick.
got
Yeah,
traded
yeah,
for a
yeah.
second round pick.
Yeah.
Him,
Facts,
him
facts,
and
facts. Say that
Christian
again,
Wood,
Martin.
Christian Wood and Haruji Hachimura.
Oh,
They were the
Hachimura.
two like I
Miami.
wanted like bigs for Miami.
I wanted
Well, Christian Wood.
Hachimura in Miami.
Christian Wood.
Christian Wood can't guard me.
Well, that being said, shut up, bro.
This being done.
That being said, Martin was saying he takes the Lakers because of the experience. Switching over to the Eastern Conference, you got Boston versus Miami rematch conference finals. Shout out to Gio, my boy G Dro.
Mhm.
Talking about shout out to the gang. Who wins this series, guys? We're obviously big Heat fans. Martin, myself. You won't find
Eh,
a lot more prideful Heat fans than us. EP, obviously neutral, and OKC Nate over there with 12 first round picks between now and
Jesus Christ.
2027.
They got 12. I don't think it was 13. I think it was 13 or 12.
Like I say, bro, they
It might
laughed.
have been 17.
They laughed at us. That's all I'm gonna say.
These niggas.
But we're
beast.
not talking about the Thunder right now,
For
and
sure.
we are talking about the Miami Heat. So,
Absolutely.
Nate, with that being said, what do you see going down in this series right here?
To be honest, I'm looking at Tyler Herro and Victor Oladipo not being available for this series as a huge red flag to me. You know what I mean? I'm looking at the way that you guys played New York Knicks. New York Knicks were very terrible at defending perimeter shots, very terrible. And when I'm looking at Boston, I'm just looking at the perimeter defense and their guard play is going to be. I'm not saying Miami Heat can't win this series, but I see it going 6 to 7 games, and I'm seeing that Jimmy Butler's going to have another. He has to have another Herculean performance. Like it's just no way they're beating Boston if Jimmy's averaging 25, 26. He has to literally average 30. But if that doesn't happen, I got Boston winning this series in 6 games.
I hear you.
think
I hear you.
I think I kind of
Technical difficulties from E.
from E.
Yeah, I'm here, but I can't. I'm getting video back.
I guess my take, June, as much of I've been a Heat fan since I was 13, right? Just to give people who watching some context. I wore my Heat jersey, then the Heat 3, the original Heat 3 jersey. I wore that shit till the 3 fell off.
Hey,
man.
those jerseys were trash. Those was not-
It was when they was like the mesh, your fam. So
My bad, y'all.
I have to be realistic in this moment of time because I'm happy for the rematch, June. Let me be honest.
For sure.
I felt like we could have gone to the finals last year. I believed in Jimmy when he took that shot. He had that party. Were you there, June? I think he was there. And when he missed that shit, I'm on the ground like fuck.
I got video of that.
What
So
party you was at? I ain't go to no damn
It was
party.
here. It was
I had the
here.
worst day
here.
that day. Oh, I was driving
probably
from
showed up.
Orlando and my car
Oh,
broke
yeah.
down and that's the wait for the tow truck driver for 3 hours and he brought me home and then I was in
called
Port
you
St.
that day,
Lucie when
bro.
that shit broke down.
I
And then
talked
I
to you that
got
day.
home. I had to get my cousin and my cousin and his girl fiance stayed with me. So that was the side of the day. But we ended up losing the game. I got home at halftime. It was just like, God damn. So
No, Lakers coming back.
80 with the block on Jokic.
Yeah, Lakers coming back.
okay.
But I'm gonna say this. The what he said, my Tyler Hero and Victor Oladipo is huge. More Victor Oladipo for me because of defensive wise. Like the only
Yep.
person I can
Yep.
think of to dead ass guard Jalen Brown would be Caleb. But we don't have anybody else besides Caleb who could possibly. Well, you know what?
I like Caleb
Let me
Martin a lot.
stop disrespecting
Do it. Say it.
Hayward High
Say
shit.
it.
Let me stop disrespecting
Okay.
Hayward.
I
He
was
got
going in a
defense,
different
bro.
route, but he definitely can guard Jalen Brown.
And he got a good wingspan. You feel what I'm saying? So he can play
Yep.
defense. But when it
Just
comes
make
to
it
like,
difficult. That's what you got to do.
exactly. Like I say, Jalen Brown is the best NBA player.
Do you think Jalen Brown is just gonna cook Max Strus?
Sure.
Like, do you think? I think Max Strus. Yeah, I hear you. E. Oh, I don't know if you was telling me, but
can
I
hear
think
you.
Max Strus. I think Max Strus can definitely stay in front of Jalen Brown, and he's shown the athleticism to be able to stay in front of a guy like Jalen Brown. But Jalen Brown has shown the All NBA ability to get by even All NBA defenders. That's
Was he
where
second team this year? I think Jaylen Brown was
you
all
can go
NBA.
ahead and check it. I
I think
don't
he, I think
remember.
he was second team. I think he was second team.
Yeah, I think it was him and Jimmy on second team, right?
So shout out to Jimmy Butler,
The
man.
one person I know other than Al Horford, I know is going to have a big game. Who's the starting center? Was it? Is it Al or is it the other Robert
Al
Williams?
Robert
Horford,
Williams.
Robert Williams. He might have a monstrous game because I can see that might have problems guarding Jaylen Brown, where Bam will have to leave the paint to help on defense, which leaves Robert Williams
Mm-hmm.
open for dunks. I could see that
Yeah,
happening. They're gonna try and pull Bam out of
yeah.
the paint for sure.
And let's be clear. Shout out to Al Horford too, man. Al Horford's like what 36.
Facts.
Held
Dinosaur.
the
Facts.
MVP to 2 points. He scored 2 points in the second half of a game 7, bro.
Of a game 7.
Of a game
Sixers.
7.
Hey, yo, Sixers on the list right now because I want to get into that too, man. Like,
Tobias
this shit
Harris
is crazy.
contract is on the list.
Yeah.
Tobias Harris,
Also,
They looking to move him.
I mean, my thing with Al Horford, Kevin Love is going to have to really, really shoot the ball well and just play some good defense and get bodies on their bigs. You know, he's going to have a big series for us to win this series. And as much as I think Robert Williams can win this series, I think that, you know, Robert Williams can play good this series. He hasn't done it all season, so there's not much of a flow for him to be able to say like, all right, well, we're just going to turn it up against the Heat. You know, at the end of the day, we're going to throw a lot of pressure at all the bodies, and it's going to be tough. So,
well, the one thing I can say though, the Celtics do make their own mistakes and they get in their own way. I've seen that with the Atlanta series, with the turnovers. I saw that with the Sixers series. They got taken to a game 7. And game 6, I believe, 6 or 5, one of them. It was their own mistakes. It was turnovers. It was miscommunication. They do that shit a lot. And I'm hoping that they do that with the Heat, which I'm 100% sure they're going to do that one game. That's what they do. That's just who they are.
it's going to be more than one game. And you look at the games that they lost to Philly. Obviously, James Harden had to hit a clutch 3 in 2 of them. But you look at, like Martin was saying, they're sloppy with the ball. They're not as well coached. You know, if Udoka was coaching this team right now, it would be a little more scary probably. But Joe Mazzulla doesn't scare me at all. And you know, I feel like we'll see the coaching discrepancy, much like we saw it versus Thibodeau. And as big or small as you want to look at it as, it is a big time thing having a great head coach in the playoffs on the way to a finals.
For sure.
That being said, I do see Miami being able to win this game in 7, possibly 6, but in 7 games is my realistic opinion. It would be on the road in Boston, which is a tough thing to do. But if you're at a point to win on the road in Boston, that means you likely have a chance to put it away in game 6 in Miami. So I would like for us to win in 6, but I think Heat win in 7.
I think we're hungrier.
Gio said Celtics are good to blow it. I do believe it. We need to see Jason Tatum show up. Which one are we going to see? 51-point Jason Tatum? Are we going to see, you know, game 2 Jason Tatum, you know?
Jason Tatum had 1 point, and then he finished, I think, with 16 in the 4th. And like I say, when I see things like that, bro, like, I don't know.
Jaylen Brown can't carry that team versus us. And that's my thing. And we show that, like, we can put Jimmy Butler on Jaylen Brown, you know, and
we can
force Jason Tatum to hit tough shots.
That is true, because
over other defenders.
Bam can stick Jason Tatum, man. For
like that too, of course.
For sure.
I mean, Gio said Jason Tatum. He said Jason Tatum bring them 13 points a day and get his ass sent back to Boston.
Gio, shut your ass up.
Shout out Gio, man.
Shut your ass up, bro.
What's happening?
I love you to death, bro. Shut your ass up. There's a whole lot of dick eating going on. But like I said,
oh
bro,
my god,
I'm in a podcast with a bunch of Heat fans, but let's be realistic, bro. Boston's winning this series in 7 games. Let's talk about the addition of Michael Brogdon to that team. Jimmy Butler's going to have a harder time attacking the basket with Robert Williams.
Can I ask you something? You just named one person off their bench. Who else on the bench is giving us problems?
Well, you-
Pritchard?
Well, you're a Heat fan, and all y'all
I'm just
do.
asking you. I'm just
I
asking.
said-
can I ask you a question? You're a Heat fan, and all y'all say is Jimmy Butler. That's the only thing I hear y'all say.
All I did was ask
I'm
you a
just being
question.
honest.
What's the rest of their bench? You keep talking about Malcolm Brogdon, but what's the
think-
rest of their bench?
They're deeper than y'all still right now.
Duh. I mean, it's obvious, but who else on the bench is giving
If
us
Jimmy
problems?
Butler's not scoring 30 plus a game, you guys are not.
You can't
winning.
say that. You can't say that. But let me say this. Let me say this.
I'm looking
No,
at
you
Gabe
can't,
Vincent
'cause-
going against Marcus Smart, the defensive player. Tighten up. I'm looking at Gabe Vincent, Kyle Lowry. Come on,
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry look like me out there. You know what I'm saying?
He's
But
not
No, he
actually.
don't. No, he
does
don't
not,
though.
actually.
Kyle Lowry's been
He
playing.
he
I'm not
he
gonna lie,
comes
Kyle
up
Lowry's been
huge in
pretty
moments
decent.
for us.
Kyle
Let me
Lowry's
say
played
this
pretty
though,
decent in
to
that
to
big
Martin's
series.
point earlier, he mentioned that he thinks the Victor Oladipo thing hurts us a little more than the Tyler Hero thing, and I can see what he's saying. But
That's not
Tyler
true at
Hero
all.
versus Boston historically has had success. They have smaller guards, so it's easier for him to find and pick his spots, getting open. It's 20 points a game, whether you start him or he comes off the bench. And a spark like that on offense is always going to be needed or
Much
wanted.
needed. Much needed.
I do agree that Victor Oladipo really helps on the defensive end with being able to stay in front of guys like Tatum and Brown and Brogdon for that matter. But
Mhm.
we've seen this Heat team exactly the way it is right now go out and win tough games, and make it tough for other teams. So I'm not gonna just sit here and act like the pedigree and the willpower of a man, especially somebody on this Heat team, is gonna be taken down just because of they got the skill. I mean, look at the first two teams we played. They said they was more skilled and talented than us.
All I can say is,
5-game,
bro,
6-game series. This
Someone
one could
said
go to
about the
7.
Knicks?
no Bucks.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
The
The
Bucks,
both,
were,
both,
the Bucks were very,
both.
very deep, bro.
You can
They were
argue
very
the Knicks
deep.
are more talented than the Heat. The players
course,
have more
I agree.
talent on the Knicks than the Heat. You can argue it based on the players in the series. I still think the Heat are, but that's me being a Heat fan.
I'm gonna be
Um,
respectful. The Miami Heat are an elite organization and an elite team. I'm not sugarcoating it. It's just I'm not. It's gonna be a tough series, man. It's gonna be a tough series. Like missing Victor Oladipo and Tyler Hero is a huge blow, a very huge blow.
I'm gonna say this, June. We know them like they know us. That means both sides have no fear of each other.
At all.
We just want to play ball. This is gonna be great hoops, bro. This is gonna be great hoops. We wanted this rematch. I wanted to see this rematch. I felt like during the time that we played him last year, Bam could have played way better than what he did. He gave us one game where he dropped 30, and then the next game he just disappeared.
Pedestrian.
I don't know what happened to him. You feel what I'm saying? So I think Bam is gonna have a huge game. I've seen a resurgence of who he really is I think it was Game 6 versus Knicks, if I'm correct, right?
Well, Mitchell Robinson's trash. Like I
Yep.
just can't. I just gotta get it out of the way.
Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson's terrible. Mitchell Robinson. I
he
thought he
was
had
he
a
was
huge impact
he
in that
was
series. He was awful.
he
He
had
was
his moments.
terrible.
He
I
had his
think
moments.
he had. Yeah, I must have been on Telemundo because I didn't see him. Mitchell Robinson is awful. But go ahead. He's terrible. You trying to show him some love, Julian? Mitchell Robinson is one of the worst big men because me and
That boy
Mark
said
was watching the
Telemundo.
game. He's awful.
Yeah, we was here watching it.
Trash.
The one thing that disappointed me the most, bro, Julius Randle, dog. Julius Randle. Hey, babes. Julius Randle, dog.
Definitely.
Like this nigga. Julian, I'm gonna
Well,
let
he
you
didn't disappoint
segue.
me. He disappointed y'all. He disappointed Knicks fans.
I'll take over from here.
He made me extremely happy. Oh, pass up an open 3, step back, contested step back. I'll take it.
Tell you like
Every
this.
shot. Go ahead.
We
Yeah,
was,
so,
I was
nah,
watch-
we-
I
we-
watched majority of all these games. Julius Randle was never in the paint. Period. He was never in the paint. Everything was perimeter based. Let's be real, bro. If you look at that series they played Cleveland, Julius Randle was manhandling Evan Mobley down. Manhandling.
both Mitchell Robertson too, though.
They was manhandling. Then that's. But you know how I feel about Bam Adebayo, Julian. You know I always show Bam love. Like I always show Bam love. Bam. That just shows me the skill set, the difference between a dude like Bam and Mitchell Robinson. One of the worst big men in the game. But yeah, Julius Randle.
Now talk about that. Talk about when Kyle Lowry got that rebound over that nigga. It was a play, June. I don't know if you've seen where Kyle Lowry got a rebound over
Mitchell
Robinson.
Robinson. 7'2" center Mitchell Robinson. and he don't have no real. He doesn't really have a
Listen.
good. He's not really mobile like that though. But he's not really a mobile.
And he don't have good hands. That's his thing. He don't have good hands. He be dropping the ball, or like if they
Very
pass it
James
to him, it go out
Wiseman
of bounds off his hand. Oh
Very
boy.
James Wiseman like. I was just gonna say James Wiseman trash too. But go ahead.
He in Detroit.
With that being said,
Yes, sir.
yeah. With that being said, I think James Wiseman has a good chance for success in Detroit. Kay Cunningham coming back, and a young team over there looking to just play their guys, and
Lakers down by 20.
they have a shot. Yeah, at halftime.
72-54. That shit's
Wow.
crazy.
So
Adjustable
with that being said, let's talk about the NBA draft lottery. Martin, do me a favor.
Mm.
Pull up that draft top 14.
Nate already on it, man. As soon as you said it.
top 14.
Top 14.
So
E, you
let's
still
go.
here, right?
he's having some issues, so we may or may not get E back. But it's us.
Yeah, he's pulling it up right now. We could just talk about the number one
All
pick
right.
for a moment here as we get Nate.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, what do you guys feel? Just going to Spurs.
Oh man, the Spurs, man.
Okay.
I think he went number one. He went to a great organization. Let me say that number one.
I got the list right here. We have San Antonio at number 1, Charlotte Hornets at number 2, Portland Trailblazers. Dame's going, by the way, number 3. Houston Rockets at number 4, the worst team in NBA. Houston Rockets at number 4. We got Detroit at number 5. We got Orlando at number 6. Didn't Orlando win the lottery last year? Number 1? Did they get the number 1?
Paulo.
Okay. Bro. Okay, we got Pacers at number 7. Washington Wizards at number 8. Utah Jazz at 9. Dallas Mavericks at number 10.
Wow.
Luka Doncic.
Wow.
Okay, number 11. Orlando Magic. You know who's number 12? The Oklahoma City Thunder, you fucks. Okay? Niggas better put some respect. 2027. Fuck you, Julian. Okay, number 13. Shout out to my team. It's a parade in my city. Yeah, Josh. Yeah. Number 13, we got Toronto Raptors, and ending out at number 14 is New Orleans Pelicans.
Wow.
With a generational talent like with Zion Williamson.
Zion sitting on the bench.
Eating all the fucking
Williamson. Look.
He lost weight.
I thought you said you guys wait. You said he lost weight.
No. He lost weight.
All right, so let's rejoice as Heat fans, Martin, that Charlotte in the Atlantic Division didn't get in the Southeast Division, didn't get the number 1 pick.
Sure.
And Victor Wembanyama will not be in the Eastern Conference.
I just was thinking
whatever happens to him, whether he comes out to be a great prospect, whether he becomes very underwhelming, whatever the case is, we do wish the best for him, but it will be in the West for the first few years of his career. And that's not going to be our concern. I don't believe the Spurs will be in the Western Conference Finals within his first 4 years, which, hey, LeBron James came in the league and took the Cavs to the finals within his first 4 years. Dwayne Wade did it with the Heat in his first 3 years. We can see Victor Wembanyama really come in this NBA, turn shit up, and turn shit around for the Spurs fast.
I know for sure. I think
Greg Popovich did not retire.
Right?
Yeah.
Shout out to D Wade, man.
Go.
Shout out to D Wade.
34 points a game. We went down 0-2, came back to Miami, and then won 4 straight.
With Diesel at the center.
So we got like 3 elite, like lengthy 7-foot fucking niggas. KD, Wembanyama, and Chet Holmgren. That's how I say his last name. Holmgren?
Yeah, Holmgren.
Holmgren. I would say Wembanyama is just 10 steps ahead of them, bro. Like when you talk about actual wingspan and like he's 7'5", like 7. Yeah, like bro, this man, you don't see humans like that.
He's gonna be literally.
We're gonna get to see him in the NBA night in, night out. Hopefully, he stays healthy.
I'm just,
he's been
what he can become, bro. Like he got a dribble package, a pull-up game. Imagine if he puts on some fucking muscle like Giannis, like.
He's gonna put on muscle.
Scary, bro. Scary.
I don't even want to think about this, bro. Like I don't want to think about this nigga, but it's exciting, bro, because
shit when
it
sports
is.
bras. That shit.
I'm kind of mad that he went to San Antonio as a basketball fan. As far as like, to me, they're not an exciting organization, but I'm glad for him because,
Small
like you
market,
said, that
right?
is a great organization. It is a small market, but they have winning ties, and they have a Hall of Fame head coach who knows the game, and he tanked for this, bruh. The Spurs, goddamn show tanked for this, and Papa is rejoicing right now. He's like, you know what? Maybe I'll coach another few years because this could be fun.
I love Coach Popovich.
Yeah, I mean, as a basketball fan, I think I just agreed with everything you just said. To be honest, they're not
Hmm.
the most exciting franchise. But Tim Duncan finna get that man. Like Tim Duncan's gonna get
Yeah,
that nigga right, man.
yeah,
Hall of
yeah.
Famers, a lot of Hall of Fame big man that came
And
from San Antonio.
I think when you look at it too, like the Spurs organization is really gonna rally behind like this is the one. You feel
He's
what I'm
the guy
saying?
now. He's there. He's there. He's the franchise now. He's the face of the franchise. Easily.
Yeah.
This
So
is bigger than Zion Williamson coming in the league, which
Easily.
is crazy.
yeah, I see women down a 2K24 cover already. I can see it.
Wembanyama, you know what's crazy? If you play if you play 67 games in your first year, you're gonna play more games than Zion has played in his career.
Insane.
That's crazy.
Insane. And I know he's going
That's
to.
In
crazy.
his career.
That's crazy.
It,
Do you
That's
think
crazy.
Zion Wembayama plays over 67 games this season?
Yeah.
I
What's
don't
the
know.
early over on that?
I don't know.
I gotta look at his in like as far because people with
I
builds
don't
like
really
that,
think he
bro.
has a big injury history, but it's inevitable type thing. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I
like
get
people
it.
with builds like that, like they get. I don't know, man. Look at Chet Holmgren, bro. You can't tell me nothing. LeBron literally just moved him to the side and he rolled his ankle. And now he's out for the season. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Fuck OKC. Yeah.
I'm excited to see Holmgren and Shea
For
next
sure.
year.
Mm-hmm. Man, OKC's team, bro.
We about to move Lou Dort though.
No,
We finna move him.
why you say that?
He's making too much money.
All
He is.
right, bro. Y'all ain't moving him.
Making 17 million a year, bro.
Okay.
And he had a down year this year, but we gonna see.
We're
I
gonna
think we
trade.
should move him.
We're gonna give you Gabe Vincent. You're gonna give us Lou Dort. Cause clearly Gabe's gonna be worth some money soon. I'm hearing all these reports.
Oh
That,
yeah, Julian.
you know what I'm saying?
It's a couple players in Miami that got to get paid, man. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they got to
I'm
get
for
hearing.
sure.
paid.
What did Nico say on our stream? We had a live stream. We were watching the game. We called Nico. He was at work. Shout out Nico. Nico said that Gabe is pretty much playing right now for his stock, increase his stock,
Hell yeah.
which made sense.
Hell yeah. They do. And so is Max Struess. And as much as we want to keep Max Struess, I'm sure if a team wants to throw a bag at him, he'll be on that flight, which I don't blame him. But if we can work something out with a Max Struess, that'd be pretty exciting because what he's been doing for us in the last two playoffs has been, priceless.
Outstanding.
Max Truce has been incredible the last couple of years.
Yeah.
He's
Shout out to
been
Gabe Vincent. I wouldn't want to resign him. Not to say I wouldn't want him on my team, but I wouldn't want to resign him because he does deserve some money that I don't think the Heat should pay him. But
Gabe,
one player that I do think after the season the Heat should go and try to get is Brook Lopez. And I don't want to talk too much off season because the Heat are still in the playoffs, Eastern Conference Finals. We got to focus on Boston
for sure.
and trying to get to the championship. But Brook Lopez is a guy that I would like to see in a Heat uniform at this time of his career.
I can see that.
I think in my opinion, when it comes down to these contracts, I think Max Struess is more of a priority than Gabe Vincent. I think
Yeah.
Max Struess, if say what you want, he's an elite shooter, facts, but he's actually a decent defender. Like he's not a bad defender, and he got size on him. You know what I mean? So I watch Heat
Yeah.
games. Let's be clear. You know what I mean?
Not all the
You're a
time.
Heat fan, bro. We know that.
I respect Miami Heat a lot. I respect them a
You a
lot.
Heat
'Cause they're a
fan, bro. It's all good.
winning
Join the gang,
organization.
man.
Shut your ass
Join the
up. They're
gang,
a winning
man.
Let me
organization.
tell
Listen,
you
shout
this.
out to.
They're a winning organization, bro.
Go ahead, June. Go ahead.
Max Struess is a
No, I was gonna say shout out to Kev. He said Caleb Martin been big time, and he has, and we were
Caleb
able to
has.
sign
What
him
I be telling you?
for a
We
very
gave
cheap
him
deal.
20 million, I think, for 2 years.
Yeah,
So money well spent. I wanted to see Kyle Lowry's now looking like 3 years, 90 fucking million.
Stop it.
Unlike Duncan Robinson, you know what
well,
I'm saying?
Kev said, can the Heat not find another Max Strus though? He sure can. I mean, depending on what the number is on Max Strus, I don't know what the number is. I mean, I'm sure it's around
What's his
12.
contract?
12 to
I don't know
13.
about that, Kev, because we're gonna have to develop a Max Struess. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
another thing,
That's another thing, bro. Like
Uh,
I'm not into that.
Max
we
Strus
also have Duncan Robinson's contract, and it depends. Like, one, are we able to move that? Two, if not, are we going to put him back into the rotation as he was, and as he's been in the playoffs as opposed to the regular season?
Max Strus is
I don't
only
know.
getting
Again, I don't
paid
want to go too deep into the free agency. Like, we're still
$3.5 million
in the
for
season.
2 years.
We'll have time to talk about financials and all that other shit. They
You heard that?
groomed Max to be Duncan's replacement. All right, Kev. Thank you. We will talk about free agency after the season. We talk about Boston versus Miami if we talking about Miami at all. EP
Strus
is
is
no
only getting
longer
paid $3.5 million for 2 years.
with us, but he's about to be. He looks like he's catching up. Let's see. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
He has a pulse. He has a pulse, ladies and
He's
gentlemen.
one,
Ah!
two, three. Nah, so Kev keeps sending goddamn Max Strus and Duncan Robinson comments, and I'm getting tight. No, I'm kidding. He said now
Shout out
Max is
Kev.
ahead of Duncan, and they paid Duncan. Yeah, I mean it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
But Duncan's also playing well, and not every game, but he's giving us good minutes in the playoffs. So
Hey,
all the fuck Duncan Robinson contract, he sucks. This that, and the third. Anybody wants to say is Duncan Robinson is helping us get through these playoffs right now, and as
6
he's not
points a
being
game.
the most consistent player, that's fair. He's hit tough shots at big moments. So
hey June,
Like, shit.
you notice every time Duncan make a three, he like the celebration he does to himself is like immense. You notice that shit?
it
He like,
it's like yes, yes. You know that mean that
But let's be clear, bro. Duncan Robinson is the third best shooter in the NBA. That's just my opinion. I think
he's not. He's not. I mean,
Third best?
at one point he
in his
was.
prime. No, I'm just saying that when he was
When he was in the
before last,
bubble,
he
he
was
was.
the third best shooter
In the
NBA.
bubble, he was definitely the third best shooter. But we
It's a
can't.
confidence.
I was riding that horse. I jumped off the horse
I got a
because
question for y'all though. What do you feel was the drop off in his game?
and pause because that's crazy.
What do you feel was the drop off?
Confidence. Confidence. He doesn't play great defense. He fouls early a lot, and then it gets him out the game, out of rhythm. And then once he starts missing shots, it's just like now you're gonna find yourself as the ninth man on the bench. And then when you don't play for 5 games and you got to come in and hit a couple shots and you missing, there's no rhythm. There's no rhythm. So a shooter's
Perfect response.
unsuccess is lack of confidence. Now let's move on, bro. We got to talk about the last thing on the list today, and it's Ja Morant suspension. Ja Morant got suspended in March, 8 games, no pay, had to go to rehab for a few days, had to go to rehab for a few days and have this ESPN interview where Jalen Rose says, whose gun was it? Right? Like, I did this mini movie. And it looks like it was the prequel to this sequel we're seeing now where Ja Morant finds himself in another Instagram live video, how they say, brandishing his firearm, and is looking at a lengthy suspension, as is what they're saying from the league. Now, I want to ask you guys individually about it. You'll give your takes, but before I kind of want to just give my thoughts about the Ja Morant situation. As we've had this conversation before, us as friends and me to the listeners, me and E have had this conversation when it first happened, and it's unacceptable. There's no room for it. There's no place for it. And at the end of the day, as a 22, 23-year-old man, you make the mistake. You can look at it like, all right, you know what? It was a mistake. You're dumb for it, but who hasn't had some dumbass mistakes growing up, as a 18 to 25-year-old? Like, that's just growing up. Now, some people are put in different situations than others. Some people being in hardship, some people being one of the faces of a league, of a corporation, and he finds himself in that one. And after a lengthy talk with the commissioner of the league about your future, about what they're going to do with your consequence and how you're going to handle yourself going forward, you come out, you apologize to the public, you tell everybody that your mental health and anxiety could use a break, and you need help, so you got it. You went to the facility for a laughable amount of days to say you've come out, checked out, like you changed or something. And going forward, your actions were supposed to be cleared. Do I think Ja Morant was going to come out and be the perfect role model, lead example for young men across America after that? No. I think he can continue to live his life as a 23-year-old man with millions of dollars. Why not? Go to the strip club, have your fun. What? Who? That's normal. That's all normal. Show your gun to your boys if you even want to. That's what's got you in trouble. So don't do that. But my thing is, at this point, you're just dumb. You're just
Simple.
dumb. And that's the only word I have for it. Dumb. And I hate to sound so harsh, like I'm not being rude. It's like we can understand a mistake, but when you have all this money, you have the eyes on you, you're a role model to kids, you have a daughter, you're a father, you know what I mean? Like what example are you setting for the future if you're going to be out here acting so dumb? Dumb is the only thing I can think of. So I don't feel bad for any suspension that he gets or any type of consequences that he faces from the league, whether that's a year suspension, an indefinite suspension with no date for months. Like, I don't care what it is. I like Ja Morant, the player. I even like the person, Ja Morant. I think he's cool. I think he has swag. He has a confidence about himself, and he's a fun character. But I think he's dumb. He's dumb.
And tell the viewers who his favorite rapper is. We gonna set it. I'm gonna set the tone right now.
They said NBA
That's
YoungBoy
his
is
favorite
Coco
rapper.
Melon for hood niggas.
You going first?
Okay. All right. Look, I'm gonna say this because Nate can understand this as well, right? You know what I'm saying? From Lauderdale Lakes, when you come from a background and you see shit and you see a lot of niggas do dumb shit, it hurts me, bruh. Because I know for a fact, like every nigga who come from the trenches wish they were in Ja Morant position. You feel what I'm saying? So on the outside looking in, when you see this shit, it's like, my nigga, what are you doing? You feel what I'm saying? Like the first time, it's like, okay, you got suspended for 8 games. These are millionaires. I don't care about millionaires losing millions, bro. I don't give a fuck about that. You're still a millionaire. You feel me? But the same time is like, there's no self awareness of the people around you. That's the thing. You got to know yourself. For we on the outside looking in, we see all these pictures of old John Morant, how he was in the middle class
Fucking
family and
nerd.
shit like that. We call him a nerd.
Yeah.
We don't know if that's how he internally felt or that's how he just looked. You feel what I'm saying? So as you can see now, the people around him been around him, and it's
We
just
don't
what
know that.
I think. I'm gonna say it like this. Shannon Sharp said it the best. I don't know if y'all watched Undisputed when Shannon Sharp started going on his rant about the situation, and Shannon Sharp said it the best. It's like your homeboys are they slide with you, but why did they have the need to pull out a phone to show people they slide with you? It should be enough that you with them. You feel what I'm saying?
That's true. Very true.
That's real, because it's like,
But
what? Yeah, go ahead.
no, I just want to counter your point right there, because to
Hmm.
to that point, everything you've said, I can see 100% why it's frustrating, in your
Hmm.
point of view and perspective. The only thing, as far as like Shannon Sharp's comment, I get it, because it's there. There's true. Two things can be true. Yes, it's true. Your friends don't always need to just show off that they're your friends. But at
Hmm.
the same time, if I'm riding with you and me and you, who will strive to be some people, and we're striving to be known in this world, but we're not as known as a John Morant. Um, I could want to pull out my camera and be like, "Yo, I'm with my dog Martin right now. Yo, I'm with
That's
my
what I
dog
would
Martin
think.
right now."
I was
Why does John Morant have to feel that he needs to show the internet and the world, oh, look who John Morant is around his homies? That's my thing, because your homie could be around you with their phone, like, yo, look what we doing. We cooking hibachi right now, bro. We got a chef in the crib.
right.
Hmm.
Right.
But you're gonna come out and be like, yo, we also got the strap though. Like, what?
Yeah, you know
How
what?
is that
When
your
you say it
friend's
like
fault?
that,
You know what I'm
June,
saying?
you got a point. You have a real point. Now that I really think about it, you have a real point, because the homie should be able to do that, but Josh should have the self control to not do what he do.
Who was the person that took the camera away? It was a homie, like, oh, yo,
That's
I'm on
exactly what I was
live.
gonna say.
He
That's
like, bro,
exactly
I'm
what I
on
was gonna say.
live. Go ahead, Nate. I want to hear you.
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna take it a little bit deeper. I got a couple points just to show you how light this his first suspension was. I'm gonna give y'all a really platonic idea of how much money these dudes make. He was suspended 8 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
8 games. That's $600,000, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
$600,000, bro. So that lets you know, Ja Morant's idiot. He's an idiot. Period. And number two, like Julian say, bro, like I seen a lot of people was pretty much like going after his home, but like, damn, like you exposing your friend. But watch the video again. I'm on live celebrating my friend. You know what I mean? This John Morant. He literally, if you watch the video, he literally pulls the gun from out his fucking
Facts.
pocket. Look,
Facts, bro. Like the camera was out, and then
like
he's
pull the
like,
camera away. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, bros, like, I think John Morant should be suspended indefinitely, at least a year suspension. That's the least, bro. Because that 8 game suspension was super light. It's
Yeah.
niggas like Tyreek. What is it? Tyreek Evans. Tyreek Evans got suspended for 2 years. 2 years wasn't able to provide for himself or his family, bro. 2 years, bro, for fucking weed. Not something that could kill you. John Morant's pulling out a handgun, my nigga, twice within a 2 month span. 2 month span. You just
That's
heard
real.
Rachel Nicholas say it. 2 months.
That's real.
his nigga said Rachel Nicholas.
She said it's on
Hey,
TV.
that's Jimmy Butler, girl. Relax.
Yeah, Jimmy fought white women, but yeah, 2 months. I'm gonna get in your ass by buying that coffee too. But yeah, 2 month span. 2 month span.
There's a
So
shirt.
it's like, okay, I see fucking I see KG saying, okay, these your friends. You have to protect your investment, which is John Morant. You're our investment. But it's like, bro, like, what can we do if our investment is crashing out and not protecting himself?
They don't think about that.
Well,
real
I mean,
shit.
there's two things. Look, so SP said valid. It wasn't his friend's fault. He said at last Jay said something right, and then he was saying Boston's coach cheats and lost his job. SMH. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'm saying.
Now the thing about coach
Mhm.
versus player is always going to have the leverage in the situation because this player can win you a championship. This coach is not going to if they don't have said player. Now with Ja Morant, okay, so I want to talk about consequences. Nate's saying at least a year. What do you think his consequences should be for this second offense, Martin?
I'm gonna say at least a year, to
bro.
be honest, because look at Gilbert Arenas. You know what I'm saying? He brought the gun onto the premises, but there's no like, bro, that gun is on Ja Morant's person, bro. It has to be. It has to be like somewhere in the locker room. Somebody has, you know what I'm saying? But
I
here's
mean,
here's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to, go into that. But
yeah.
for this situation here, I'm Jamaican, bro. So if I don't hear it, listen the first time, it's like okay. Second time though, it's an ass whooping. You feel what I'm saying? Fool me once, shame on me. You know what
Nah,
I'm
bro.
saying?
They said tool me once, shame on me. Tool me twice.
You know what I'm saying? So I
But
think
look,
Adam
man,
Silver should really drop that hammer, bro. Like, okay, you don't want to, because he doesn't. That's like disrespectful to Adam Silver.
take him
who pulled up
to the
gun.
back office.
Nah.
It's not even that, bro. It's like when you watch Adam Silver talk about this shit, it's like, bro, I've told this man what's gonna happen. Like he say, bro, like I've talked to you already about this, and he looks pissed off.
Yeah, Adam
Like,
Silver looks
he
really
looks
mad in this
pissed off,
video
so it's
with
like it's
Malik
gonna be
Aldridge.
serious, bro.
It's
gonna
gonna
be
I
be
ain't never seen Adam Silver that mad.
But
He
was
hate
like,
this man. He's like, I hate y'all. He can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing about it is, it makes me think about Kyrie Irving, who got fucking his Nike deal taken for reposting a damn.
Listen, I had a
Instagram.
conversation with my father and EP. We was on the phone. Shout out to Pops. And I was like, yo, Ja Morant got signed to be the new face of Nike. Meanwhile, Kyrie Irving was dropped for posting the link to the video. Obviously, we know what that video entailed, and it was very disrespectful at the time. And there should have been consequence. I don't believe Nike dropping him from the deal was what should have been that, but that's what happens when Nike, Phil Knight. That's politics. Cool. However, they sold Ja Morant ones with Swarovski crystals in them for $400 a pair.
Jeez.
And this is the guy that you guys are choosing to have as a face of your franchise and a face of your brand. Now, it is what it is. He's made the mistake twice already. I mean, third time would be like, we really got to figure something out with this guy.
His
And
contract gotta
to
get taken.
clarify everything, I'm not looking, Yeah, Kevin, exactly. Kevin is saying I think he's going to get closer to half the season than the full season. I was thinking like maybe like a 53 to 58 game suspension, which
No,
is more than half
But
the season.
that's
But
no,
still, bro.
that's
He's
still
losing
light.
oh
millions,
yeah,
bro.
oh yeah. But that's
That's
not the
not light at
point.
all.
That's not the point. That's not the point. It is right because this is the choices you made.
Right.
This is the choice you made. When you dig a grave, bro, who gonna lay in it?
He needs
Yeah.
to be suspended for a year. He needs to
Now,
lose
but
his
I wanted to
season.
look at this. I wanted to look at this aspect. The Grizzlies, right? As a franchise and as an organization, this is their number 2 pick in the 2019 draft. They've paid him already. He lost out on all NBA
200 million dollars.
super max money, but they're still paying him $200 million. You know what I'm saying?
No matter what.
And my thing is Dylan Brooks is a free agent this offseason. And supposedly they informed Dylan Brooks that he will not be brought back under no circumstance. And I think a lot of that was due to the fact of his lack of play in the playoffs
Mm-hmm.
and also the fact that he woke up a giant. And it's embarrassing that he went and talked that smack, didn't back it up, and the number 2 seed in the West lost to the Lakers, right? I think that has a lot to do with Dylan Brooks not coming back. Now, that says a lot about an organization and how you feel about how you're represented. If you're going to let Dylan go, if Dylan Brooks go for that,
For sure.
when maybe you guys could work a team friendly deal, whatever the case is, how are you going to go about this John Morant situation if you're the Grizzlies? I understand the NBA is going to do their part and suspend him and give him his consequence on their end. What are the Memphis Grizzlies going to do as far as consequences for John Morant? And what are you guys going to maybe require from him? Are you guys going to look to trade him? Like what's the future? Because if is this
It's
the guy that
tough.
you want representing your brand, but Dylan Brooks isn't a good candidate? You know what I'm saying?
It's tough, June. It's tough because think put yourself in the position of the front office or the GM right now. This is the nigga you building your franchise around. You
Yeah.
put a lot of you invest like when you invest a lot of bread into something and to see this something is trying to self-destruct, it's like at this moment in time, bruh, Grizzlies need to go sit down with this nigga father, right? Because his dad
You
the
right
only
though.
one that can really do
Nah,
something.
you right though. You right.
Keep in mind though, this nigga has a dad. Shout out T Morant, right? Nigga sitting beside Usher at the fucking game. Get your ass up, bro, and be a dad, bro.
I
Like
don't.
stop playing, bro.
That's not gonna help. I feel like
Nah, so I go ahead, Nate.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. That's a question. That's a question.
I was just gonna say, like, by the way, Kev said they won't give him a year because it didn't happen on the team's premises, but it's really gonna come down to if Adam Silver warned him what the outcome will be if it happened again, which is really true. I think the Grizzlies, I wasn't suggesting that they should get rid of him. I was just kind of pointing out the fact that they let Dylan Brooks go for way less. Obviously, it's two different players, a number 2 overall, $200 million on the line. But at the same time, you're paying this $200 million to this person who isn't even going to be playing for a long time. Now, I think they also have the opportunity here to really take this serious and have his back, right? And be the backbone. If you don't have the dad at home or whatever the case is, if you don't have the right friends, if you don't have a manager around you, let us be that for you. Let us, take the responsibility of maybe leading you to a more successful future. And that's what Martin was saying. If you have all this money invested in something, you're not going to just watch it pummel. You're going to try to kick it. You're going to try to,
You're
you know
gonna
what I'm
try and
saying?
do something.
CPR. So
So the thing
I think
too, though,
it's up to
June,
the Grizzlies to like have his back as well. Go ahead.
I was watching Gilbert Arenas podcast. I don't know if y'all tune into that on YouTube.
Area, some shit, right?
Yeah, and he made some good points. He had
No
damn,
disrespect to Gilbert Arenas, by the way. I just didn't remember. I think it's like Area 0. I'm not sure.
yeah, but he had a good point where he said Jaw's brand and image right now has peaked. Like he said,
Mm.
he thinks Jaw should like just kind of disappear, lock himself in the gym, work on your game. Just be all social media type shit. Maybe cut your hair. Cut the dreads off. Go back to it.
See, that's a
And when
that's a
he said
reach.
that, I was just like,
I can't.
okay.
Yeah.
I get what he's the sentiment that he was
I
trying to make.
yeah, but Gilbert, you tripping
Yeah,
for that,
he's
bro?
tripping for that one.
Tripping
Yeah,
for that,
but I feel like he is right in a
bro. Just change your motherfucking act. How about that, bro? If
yeah,
you change
actually,
as a person, if you get your shit together as a person, bro, you can have anything you want on your hair, on your face, on your toenails, on your. You can have a tattoo on your tongue, bro. If you a good individual who takes care of themselves and of high character, come on, bro. Come
And it's
on, bro.
crazy too, because remember how we were watching him in the playoffs? We weren't thinking about no
Listen,
young gun.
you're supposed to make the people that judge you wrong for judging you, not right for judging you. And right now, everybody that's judging him has the right to judge him. When people hate on niggas that have face tattoos and dreadlocks or whatever the case, they have wacky hair, mohawk, you just hate and you don't even know this person.
Right.
But when that person gives you the opportunity and they have a suit and tie on and they have a nice fresh cut and smelling good cologne and they giving you the opportunity to shit them off, yeah, you're supposed to write them off. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it's all about you and your person and how you carry yourselves, bro. Gio said, "Nah, the Grizzlies cut their losses like their stocks."
Gio is a fucking Gio. Come on, Gio. You
Gio
don't
knows something about some
Gio,
stocks.
you have 200 and
You know, Gio Wall Street. Gio Wall Street.
Shout out Gio, man. You don't invested 200 million in this.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I say we got 6 people watching, man. That means a lot to me. 6 people means a lot. So if you're watching right now live, bro, I appreciate you. I fuck with you. And we're gonna keep this thing going. You guys got any kind of closing thoughts on anything going around? Martin, I know you're not the biggest NFL fan. If you want to become a Colts fan,
we ain't talk about Doc.
If you, oh yeah, thank you. If you want to become a Colts fan, Martin, look, the AFC. I thought that was an AFC patch. That's a patch. That's embarrassing.
Martin
But
don't even know
anyway,
what a football game look like, Julian.
No, I do.
That's a fact.
The Dolphins disappointed me so damn much. I just didn't care anymore, bro. That's really what happened. Like I went to football games. I went to Dolphins games. My dad took me. I went on a summer camp field trip. They suck, bro. Like
Dolphins been trash my whole life, and I watch football for real. The niggas been trash my whole.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go
As much as that sounds like the Philadelphia Sixers situation with Doc Rivers.
It's trash.
They pissed them off so much. They tried so much, and this team has never been to the Eastern Conference Finals with this setup. With this, you know, I mean, Daryl Morey came from Houston and hasn't been able to build the right team. He brought PJ Tucker and Daniel House and thought that James Harden was gonna like go back to his Houston days. I mean, he did it for game 1, and we ain't see it again.
And you know what? I'm on a rant right now. This needs to be said about James Harden. One thing I notice about James Harden is that when he doesn't succeed, he always blames the coaches. Every situation he's been in,
that's true.
When he plays terrible, he blames the coaches. Oh, I seen a reporter ask him, "Oh, how is you and Doc's relationship? Do you see yourself ever playing for Doc again?" "Oh, our relationship it's okay. It's okay." Like, bro, you played bad. You had a great series. You had a decent series for my standards playing against Boston.
Right.
But you're a former MVP. You're a former 2-time MVP, right? Former MVP, and you score. That game 7 is one of the worst performances of James Harden's career, bro. I'm not even playing with you. But
yeah, that was bad.
Rivers, you're just not that player that you were no more. And how old James Harden is? He's about to be 33 years old.
James Harden.
You force your way out of Houston. Nas reports you want to go back to Houston.
Listen, man.
You're done.
Listen, man. James Harden is like.
You're fat. Number one, fat.
Not anymore.
James Harden's fat. Yes, he is. He's
not that
fat.
much, man.
His booty's bigger than Kyle Lowry's.
Nah. No, this is the part of the show I didn't want to get to.
BBL. Let me tell you something, James Harden, bro. Step your game up, get into shape, bro, because James Harden can't blow past me on a crushes if he wants to right now. He can't blow past me. He can't blow past me on crutches right now, bro. And you know what?
He can't blow past me on crutches now.
Julian, be real. James Harden, he does this all the time, bro. He does this all the time.
Shit, there's still an AP.
Well, the thing is, James Harden don't be healthy all the time. So like when he was in Brooklyn, bro, if he would have stayed healthy, he could have really helped that team beat the Bucks and go to the finals. And unfortunately, it's not in his favor, and I can't defend him for his performances in the games lost Boston. And you know, this year though, he played at an all-star rate. He played at an all-star rate this year.
That Brooklyn situation.
I can't take away from.
I don't. That's the only time I wasn't upset with him forcing his way out of a situation. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, think about the Houston situation. I mean, how bad was that, bro? Like,
I really want to know.
it got to the point
What's the
where, all right,
Dolphins
Chris
done?
Paul, we tried that. Now he blew his tire. Now the next year he's hurt. Like, it got old. So he needed to figure something out. Real quick, I want to read a comment that boy Gio said. You could get something out of him. He's talking about John Morant. You can get something out of him still, though, whether it's a trade or something, don't you think? I mean,
No,
if he's not showing any signs of changing, what's the point then?
I'm
Yeah,
not
I
agree with that.
totally agree. No, I totally. You definitely will trade a first round pick for John Morant. Like,
Oh
you'll
yeah,
definitely
for
give
the
you'll
superstar.
give an arm and a leg for John Morant. So if you're not gonna take the route of having his back and trying to make sure he turns the corner, you got to get rid of him at his highest value. But I don't think they get rid of him.
They're not
Gio said
doing
Dolphins been trashed my whole life, but fins up, baby. Dolphins playoffs 2023, baby. Yeah, they was in the playoffs 2022. I mean,
Come
they
on.
also almost beat the Bills with Skylar Thompson starting. So you wish Tua can make it through a season. It seems like that's a
He will
tough
get a
feat for him.
concussion wiping his ass. Like, come on, bro. Like y'all Dolphins fans, shut the fuck up. Like y'all, just all
Wait,
y'all
wait,
do.
wait, hold on.
Dolphins,
Ain't you a Patriots fan?
yes, and I watch football. Just because I'm a Patriots fan, don't mean
I
I
ain't
watch
saying that. I
football.
just asked you a
I'm
question.
in a
you
chat
see?
with 32 motherfuckers, and there's about 20 of them that's Miami Heat fans. You feel what I'm saying?
All right.
But go ahead.
All right. Either way, June. Either way, I seen a post where like, if they trade Ja, the Miami Heat needed. I can't. I don't want to see that, bro. I don't.
You need, you need to. Nah. We could turn that boy around, man.
I
We'll
was
turn.
just about to
We'll
say
get
that.
it. Nah, but
I wasn't
Miami
saying
though
it,
is
but I know what
crazy.
happened.
Miami is crazy. He'll go crazy. Shout out to SP. Remember, it's no love. He only gets a shout out. He said Pats all day. I had to read it because Nate's a Pats fan, so
For sure.
y'all could enjoy that kinship. But we're getting away from the topic, guys. We've streamed from Doc Rivers. The blame went immediately placed on to James Harden, and then we read a comment about Miami Dolphins, and then the Pats were brought up, and that's where I'm gonna stop that bullshit and be like, whoa. Let's talk about what we were talking about.
Let's do it.
Doc Rivers, Nate, top 5 with the laughing emojis. G says so. Shout out to Nate. Shout out to G, which
Shout out
you are top 5. Where is Doc Rivers going to coach next? Where does he go next from here? Does he coach again in the league? What do you think, Martin?
Okay, so the way I look at Doc Rivers, right? He don't be making the right adjustments at the right time. I think Doc Rivers is done, bro. I'm gonna be honest, dog.
That's
Like,
fucking cap.
cause look at the available coaches that's available right now. Monty Williams, who else? But Coach Bud. Yeah, don't look at me like that, nigga. Coach Bud, right? These niggas, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, who else, bro?
Hurry up and go.
Who else, bro? The Toronto coach. I can't. Nick Nurse.
Nick
You know what I'm
Nurse.
saying? Like, come on, bro. And then you got Doc Rivers, who's I don't want to say it like that, bro. But who's literally just showed you, bro. Who literally just showed you. He folded like a piece of paper, like a lawn
When
chair.
they tell you that they're gonna try to hide, they're gonna interview Mike D'Antoni over Doc Rivers.
Listen,
that tells you how bad
Ultimate
it's gotten.
disrespect.
Listen, bro. Like, he just showed you who he is. When a man show you who he is, bro, you gotta believe him, bro. You feel me? Like, Doc, like, fam. Can we all agree here really quick? That loss was egregious, bro. They were up 3-2, if I'm correct. Right? Am I correct? It was 3-2, right?
Yeah.
They went to Philadelphia, bro. And I watched the game. Philly was that home crowd was absolutely incredible. Everybody was standing up the entire game. It looked like, bro. And you go and you lose that fucking game, Doc Rivers, coming off of a game where James Harden dropped 40 again. By the way, you know what I'm saying? I didn't expect that. I watched these games, bro. And Doc Rivers, I didn't see him make adjustments. You don't get Embiid the ball in the fourth quarter at all, my guy. You don't drop any plays for Embiid in the fourth. You're done.
You're done,
bro.
You're done.
It's over with. You're out of here, bro. You're done, bro. Now you want to draw plays. These niggas, if you watched the last game in Boston, June, they practically gave up. In that third quarter, it was over with. They gave up, bro. And then Joel Embiid has the audacity to just throw his teammates under the bus. That shit crazy, bro.
Not very fella-like, but
Yeah, bro. Shit crazy. And now you look at me crazy. Now you got my point across. Go ahead, nigga.
I don't agree with you at all. Number
Why?
one, I don't agree with you.
How?
Let's just be clear. Doc Rivers will have another head coaching job in the NBA. Let's just be very clear about that.
By who?
Nigga, anybody, bitch. Brooklyn will hire Doc Rivers right now if they wanted to.
Not with
Nigga, Steve Nash was your coach. You think Doc Rivers is not going to be an NBA coach? Cut it out.
He gonna
Let me tell you
He
something.
already was though.
But he will have another head coaching job. I can
Julian.
guarantee y'all that.
Anyways,
I wasn't done
he's
talking.
talking about he's talking about
I just let you
a
go.
resume. That's what
I
he's
just
saying.
let you go. Doc Rivers, I just let you go. Doc Rivers will have another head coaching job, number one. Let me just be very clear.
NBA teams looking like Philly. What you did in Philly?
Yeah.
3-2.
You
Yo,
can't say shit.
Doc Rivers will have another head coaching job.
look, Gio said I wouldn't watch football if I was a Patriots fan, and then Kevin said Doc's blown 3-1 leads.
Trying to defend.
3-2 was never safe, especially after Boston just came back down from 3-2 against Milwaukee last year.
This shit is over with.
Yes.
Shout out Kevin, man.
And it hurts.
And
a
then
lot
Nate
because,
SP said, and look what happened to Steve Nash. Stop it. He's done. That's facts, bro. I'm thinking like, of course, Steve Nash was going to get an opportunity. That doesn't mean Doc Rivers never got an opportunity. He's got plenty of opportunities. But the thing is,
he will have another.
I
head
don't
coach.
see
It's
with the
over.
way the game is going nowadays.
Bruh, it's over.
I don't see space for Doc Rivers. Like, do you want okay, a team that's contending doesn't want Doc Rivers right now. And a team that's rebuilding, I don't know that you want to put your future in Doc Rivers. Like, he might be okay, say like he coached the Rockets. I think that would be pretty cool. You know, like he's the old guy who will hopefully garner respect from the young guys in the locker room, you know what I'm saying, and keep shit together. Like the Rockets were like a joke this year, and they didn't have any respect for Coach Silas. But like, I don't know if Doc Rivers wants to go and coach the worst team in the league for 5 years.
I doubt it.
Sorry, so June, I was watching through Twitter. And these are like real NBA players who have come out who were on the Celtics team back in like the early 2000s, or when Doc was coaching,
Mhm.
and they were just talking about how the players just need a different voice. What I got from the quote was like players just don't really respect the man
Resonate.
like that. They he doesn't he coaches have to have a voice. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I read that quote, and I think Big Baby, he got on a podcast. I forgot.
You
who
know he be talking big shit
he
though.
talk big shit. You feel what I'm saying?
He be
So
talking big
when he
shit.
say something, I was like, all right, cool. You feel me? But then
He be higher than a motherfucker. Yo, they really had ESPN. They had him on ESPN getting taken out of the seats that wasn't his. You remember that?
I
The
remember
dude
that.
was like, yo, he was like, high as hell.
I remember that. But this is the point I'm making is
yeah.
that players need a different voice than Doc. I just named you 3 niggas that are better than Doc who done run championships, right? How many championships did Doc win, by the way? I want to make sure. It's 1, right? Nick Nurse got 1, Bud got 1.
My twins got a donut. The fuck is you talking
He
about?
got a donut. And then you got Eric Spoelstra who got what, 3? Come on, man. Like Doc, like the way he coaches, bro, I just don't fuck with it, bro. I've never fucked with it, to be honest. I'm gonna be
You
honest
seen the
with you.
difference between Spoelstra and Monty Williams?
Yeah. But like I'm saying, man, I think Doc is finished. He tried to defend him, but there's nothing to defend.
Hey, one of those, yo, Nate, one of those 3 finals. Can you tell me the opponent one of them was?
Yeah, I think my favorite player was playing on Miami Heat, but I think when LeBron left, what happened?
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah, I'm just
Hold
saying.
on now.
When LeBron left, what happened?
You were an OKC fan. You was rooting for Kevin Durant, and
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with my OKC family. I was rooting for LeBron James in that series. Like that's just be.
He was, ladies and gentlemen, on this stream today.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
On this stream today,
I was rooting for LeBron James to win the
Nathaniel
championship.
Scarborough was a Heat fan.
At that point in time, I was a Heat fan.
He was a Heat fan, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll just keep going from here. Listen,
I was a Heat fan. Ronnie Turioff was on the team. He was awful.
all right, bro. All right, listen. So Kevin said, Coach got to have a voice, and Doc always sounds like he's losing his. That's a funny point. That's
Kevin,
a hilarious point.
hilarious.
He also said he is the real life version of So Close but So Far Away. And he also said, imagine going to work every day and having to listen to Doc's voice talk to you.
Kevin, bro, Kevin, bro. Listen, you
His
the
mind be
MVP in
somewhere
this
else,
chat
bro.
right now. Kevin
Yeah.
is the MVP.
Gio said, I agree with Nate. I think he gets another head coaching job. If this was around the horn, bro, I would be deducting points from Gio and adding points to Kevin shit. Also,
The
Well,
did
nigga
you
would
see
get
that?
another head coaching job, bro.
Did you see on Around the Horn, Pablo Torre started off the show talking about the Sixers trust the process or something, and they gave him minus 76 points.
I don't know, bro. When he says he gonna have a coaching job, I just want to know where. That's my only question. Where?
Yeah, he gonna coach his son high school team.
Exactly. He
I
gonna
mean, his grandson high school team.
man. Listen, bro. This shit is done. Like, you know what? And let's we talking shit about James Harden. We talking shit about Doc, but let's really think about this for a second, man.
Let's be real.
All the all the superstars that we've watched growing up, they're getting older, bro. James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, even Stephen
Yeah.
Curry.
Yeah, you know, I've covered James Harden 13 years now.
You sound like Wendy. You know, Wendy on ESPN. After covering him for like 14 years.
Yo.
But all these
It's
superstars are getting older, bro. All these coaches are like, you know,
yeah, now we got Ja Morant, dumbass.
Jesus. That's the new generation guy. He
This
is not my LeBron James.
Wembanyama is my new LeBron, okay?
Hey.
it's so crazy. 'Cause I remember being on Julian podcast and we was talking about like where the NBA, where LeBron James, the Steph Currys, and the Kevin Durant are leaving the league in the hands of these young dudes for. And it wasn't a good response.
You know, at that time, Ben Simmons was playing.
That's
Ben was
crazy.
playing. Ben was playing, and we were looking at Ben like, "Oh, this nigga is the next."
Yo, Martin, I wanted to bring this up to you, man, and I didn't get to do it. You didn't answer my FaceTime call. That's cool. Today, I didn't get to bring it up, but we're on the podcast. I wanted to say, as long as we've been friends since about 2019, we met each other at work.
Mm-hmm.
We're both big Heat fans, and we started our friendship in the Jimmy Butler era.
Yeah,
And it's like,
right?
it's literally the first memories we have is like, yo, Jimmy just got traded. Look at the press conference. Oh shit, we about to see Jimmy. And we ended up going home in the offices that year from COVID. And from home, we got to see that same Jimmy Butler in his first year with the Miami Heat go to a finals. And it was just like, you imagine we would have been in the office at that time, bro, going dumb. We would have been going dumb every day, bro. We was at home.
You know what's
So like,
crazy,
nah, just shout out to you. Yeah.
I was telling this nigga when the first time I told him, I said,
remember
"Yo,"
that phone
I
call.
said, "Jimmy is a star player, bro." He kept telling me he's a decent player. He's this. I said,
was
"Listen,
a
bro."
decent player before
I said, "No,
that,
no, no,
bro.
no, no. Let me finish.
Like,
Let
bro,
me finish.
no, no, no.
Hold on." So I was telling him this is when Jimmy was on. He got traded from the Timberwolves, right? No, it was the Sixers.
No, yeah, it was the Sixers.
So he remember those two
Timberwolves traded him to the Sixers. I was like, fuck.
those two game winners he hit Charlotte, and I think one was
Yeah.
I think one was at home. And after that, I said,
One was
"Bro,
at home, one was on the road versus Charlotte, and one was versus Brooklyn, I think.
fam, I knew when we were able to acquire him, I knew for a fact. I said, bro, we're back. You feel what I'm saying? I knew because at that time, me and you were talking about Tyler Hero, looking at his we
Yeah.
had went to the preseason
Yeah,
game and we
bro.
actually saw him
Yeah, bro.
all, and you were like, yo, that nigga's lateral movement, nigga.
Facts.
And now to see it all come together when we got rid of Hassan Whiteside and Bam moved to the starting lineup, it just looked
Finally.
like everything fell into place.
It all came together, yeah.
And the next year we in the finals, brother.
Facts.
Come on, man. I was
And then
telling
we're in we're in two other conference finals since then.
yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you really think about it right now, even though we haven't won the championship, we all, as Heat fans, we're very proud of this team of what they've accomplished.
Oh yeah.
Very, very
Oh
proud.
yeah.
You feel
I
me?
mean, bro, if you look around the league, you're not going to expect that this team should be in the finals, or
No.
even last year's team should have been in the or last year's team should have been in the conference finals. We were the number 1 seed, but like if you look at the team on paper versus the other teams in our conference, you don't think that we'd be the ones to come out of it. They didn't think we'd win the series last year. They didn't think we'd get to the finals in 2020. You know what I'm saying? So just the fact that Jimmy Butler is the type of guy that's like, you ask him, oh, how do you think? Listen, we're going to win games. We're going to go to the finals. We'll be all right. And he says it so nonchalantly that you feel like, oh, he just be saying whatever. Like, bro, he wholeheartedly believes that he can do it. and that they can put enough work in and get there. And he's proved us right, bro.
I've been a Jimmy
So
Butler
shout out to
fan
Jimmy.
since like those game winners that he was hitting in Chicago. I said, oh yeah, he's coming into.
I've liked Jimmy, but I've never been a fan of his until he left Chicago, because
right.
I couldn't get that Chicago, and then D Wade went to Chicago. It was just like, bro, what is this?
Yeah,
But it was all a ploy.
We don't.
Nah, it was. Listen, we talk about D Wade going to Chicago because he brought Jimmy Butler to Miami.
Oh yeah.
Literally.
No, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I will forever appreciate Dwayne Wade's trip to Chicago for family and business purposes.
Literally. Not that Cavs number 9. We don't talk about that. We don't. What happened? What was that? Oh, Cavs. No, we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, but I can't say.
But what's crazy is he got traded from that finals team.
I think it was. Yeah, it was after they.
Oh yeah, it was right when he got traded to Miami in 2017.
Yes, it was right after they lost the finals. No, 2019. 2019. Jimmy Butler. We went to the finals.
No. I'm talking about Dwayne Wade.
Oh yeah, 2017.
He went to Chicago to play.
2017, right? But I'm saying he got traded back to Miami in 2017 before they went to the finals.
No, I'm sorry. It was 2018. He got traded back to Miami.
So 2017. So D Wade didn't go to the finals with the Cavs.
He didn't, but he was on the team.
Nah,
they blew the team up right after.
That's when they got Jordan Clarkson and them boys. Jordan Clarkson was on that team.
That's 2018 LeBron.
It was D Wade. They had Jay Crowder on.
It was loaded.
Yeah, but they went 2017 as well.
No, 2017, 2018 season, Wade was on the team, but in the middle of the season, they sent him to Miami.
So what about
2017? D Wade was playing for Chicago, bro. He got traded in 2016.
But he left Chicago and went to the Cavs.
Bro, he's played. No, he didn't. He played. Yeah, he did. He played. He went to the Cavs in 2018.
That's what I'm telling you. He made moves
came back
in the middle of the season. In the middle of the season, he was moving. But the Cavs knew they couldn't win. It was like Derrick Rose.
They sent him back to Miami.
Yeah. They made mad moves and shit. You're right.
Crazy. I was still at the job. I was coming from a lunch break, Julian. Lunch break. Bleacher Report said Dwayne Wade back to my.
Yo, I almost cried. I almost cried,
bro. I was like, fam, this is nuts, bro.
He was supposed to retire on that fucking team.
SP said, I could say since Pat been working with the Heat, y'all always been a respected organization. That's a fact. Appreciate that.
Nah, G. But,
that's how great LeBron is, bro. LeBron got that whole team blowed up in mid-season and still took that team to the finals, bro. 2018 LeBron, that playoff run?
Yeah. Regardless of the fact, Miami Heat, Boston.
Boston.
I'm riding with the Heat too. I keep sending Julian the Titanic, the Titanic picture. I ride it with the Heat, man. We sticking with the shit.
Wade was actually bought out. Kev pointed out. Thank you.
There you go, Kev.
They did buy him out.
I gotta ask y'all a question. What if y'all lose this series? What's gonna happen?
I feel good about our off season. Our off season is gonna be successful. Our off season is gonna be very.
I think we have the eyes of, like, the true eyes of superstars now. Like,
sure, I agree with that. 100%.
Why wouldn't you want to come down to Miami after watching this performance over the last 3 years? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I get it. Like 2 years ago, you didn't want to come down. You were still skeptical, or this year. But like after watching this, bro, why wouldn't you want to go play with fucking Jimmy Butler?
That's true.
Like, he's obviously gonna make your job easier. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
So
I really want to prioritize having Kevin Love again before we get out of here.
Kev, yeah, definitely. Kev, we about to see Dwayne Wade go into the Hall of Fame. I can remember the day Miami drafted him. Facts. I don't remember the day specifically, but I remember that time. He said, let's be real, though. We all hated him a month ago. LMAO. They looked uninspired all year. If they were saving it for this moment, more power to them. I love it. 100%. Listen. If you're Martin, don't. If you're a real Heat fan, bro, you should have hated this team. You should hate this team, but who we were not playing basketball the way basketball was supposed to be played. We were not 100% bought in. We were not 100% giving effort every night, and we weren't playing as good as we should. So yeah, it was very underwhelming and upsetting to watch and have to deal with. But guess what? Like Kev said, if they were saving it all this time for now, Like
No,
word
but
to
that's not what I got. I
word.
had to apologize for my Tyler Hero comment that I texted you. I was so heated, bro.
Oh, you did. You did.
I said,
You
get
did. You
Tyler
was
off the
hot.
team, Kev. I said, get this nigga off the. I am so sick of the 21. What is he, 22, 23? Stop getting hurt like this, bro. How do you break
22.
your hand? Julian, you go die for the ball. You breaking your hand? I'm not breaking my hand, Julian. I think I'm going to die for the ball. You feel what I'm saying? What the fuck happened, bro? Didn't even show the replay of him breaking his hand. We just know his
I
hand broke.
know. Yeah, I don't know where it broke
You
along
must
the
have had
way.
your
Now he
whole
got a
body
whole.
out there like this, and you just kind of crunched it on the ground, bro. Bro, this nigga, he makes me so mad because I know when he's healthy, we have a chance to win. He's our 20-point scorer. He's our sixth man, but he does stupid shit. This is what I be talking about, bro. But either way, if Damian Lillard's coming to the team, get Tyler the fuck out of here. But you know me, June. I was saying this. I say, bruh, listen, man, I don't want to trade Tyler. Let's hold on. I was doing this. You know what I'm saying? I was cradling him. But now he needs to leave the nest if we can get Damian Lillard. You get Damian
Of
Lillard, you
course.
can have Tyler, the
Of
walls of
course.
Wynwood, nigga. You can have it all, bro. You know what? Here's Duncan Robinson as just some chump change for you. You know what I'm saying? Here you go for your pockets. You feel me?
I like Max Strus a lot, bro.
I don't want to lose Max Strus
I
at
like
all.
Max Strus a
Whatever
lot.
Max Strus wants, give it to him, please.
Nah, he's deserved bread, but
Y'all gotta keep
we got to see. Like, yo, again, can we not get to the off season? We were talking about Tyler Hero, okay?
Yeah.
Let's not get to the off season with Gabe and Max. Let them boys
Give
cook.
a fuck about
We got
Tyler
ball.
Hero, bro.
Hold on.
Listen,
I can't let
Fuck
you
about Tyler
disrespect.
Hero. The niggas
I
always
can't name. I
hanging
can't
around-
name two
hanging
players on
around
the
Jack
Oklahoma City
Harlow.
Thunder.
Jake-
I'm playing.
Name it.
Yeah. Tell him.
Every time you see him, he's on the bench hanging around with Jack Harlow.
Who?
Tyler Hero. Like, come on, bro. Get healthy. You always hurt a lot.
You just hating. We're not gonna do that. You
I'm
just
not
hating.
He is just hating.
I'll watch y'all games.
So y'all got Lakers in 6,
Lakers
and what about Miami Heat versus Boston, Nate?
I got Heat in 7. That shit going 7 again, bro. There's just 2 teams.
I got Heat in 7.
Yeah,
What
bro.
you got, Nate?
What you got?
I got Celtics in 6. I got Celtics in 6.
I respect it.
Celtics in 6. Like
I respect your point of view on it too.
Like y'all both said it already. Like Victor Oladipo and Tyler Hero not being available when you need them the most is very heartbreaking, bro. It's very heartbreaking. It really
Nothing's more heartbreaking than Victor Oladipo, Julian. This is nothing, bro.
You finna go back to the studio and make an R&B song.
Yeah.
Wish I could have played. They gonna trade me.
No, but with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate y'all for joining, man. This was fun. Kev said the injury of Hero reminded me of him when Mike Miller broke his finger on Braun's jersey at the first practice with the Big Three. That's funny. That's funny. Just like, how the fuck does that happen?
Yeah, they never show it. Shit crazy, dog.
Facts. So, again, bro, I appreciate y'all, man, joining me. Hopefully EP gets us off when we're done. Pause. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Y'all boys have a great night. With that being said,
For sure, man. Y'all tune into the LTD podcast, Longer Than a Decade podcast every Saturday.
Make sure y'all
morning.
keep tuning in to all things sports. Much love to my boy Julian. Love you to death. You know that. You know what I'm saying. Make sure y'all keep
love y'all boys too, man. I'm gonna see y'all this weekend.
For sure, we lit.